And that's Dat Dota.
Yeah.
What's happening on Dat Dota?
Stats.
Numbers and stats and all
numbers,
sorts of
things.
things I don't understand.
Yeah, that's above us. We're not good with numbers here.
This
That's
is
why
it.
We're on the couch.
Final series of Europe. One more team will be able to make it to China. Who will it be? Spirit, Empire.
I believe in Empire personally, but
You think the Spirit is broken after their tough series against Liquid that knocked them down here?
I mean, they had the night to sleep it off, so I think for them, I don't think they're gonna be tilted by that. I think Liquid was a team expected to be favorites in Europe coming in, so if anything, that's just like, well, the motivation to beat them, get to the major, and get some revenge against Liquid. But all these CIS teams are very familiar with one another, which makes some interesting games, interesting drafts. But I feel Empire's a team who, in the clutch, are more likely to pull through. They've just got a bit more experience.
Can't forget, though, certain Team Spirit have Goblack. You got the Goblack factor here. Crazy drafts, maybe.
But Empire just ran one of his drops. They picked up the Treant with an Iron Talon, so maybe they have his number.
I ran the Goblack Treant last night. Let me tell you, it's much better when you're not the only support.
Yeah, that's the problem.
When you have someone who can also help you out in that department, then it's a bit easier to farm towards an Ags.
Yeah, solo support doesn't work so well.
Eventually I did get it, but it was a good time. Draft is underway here. It's game number 1 of our final European series here. And already Empire firing out the gate with the Chen. Still, I believe, like the highest win rate with the, at least 30 games, let's say. 80% or so. Pretty damn good hero.
It's going to be a hot league contested hero. I'm not sure if it's like a first ban-worthy hero because of some of the other heroes in the pool. The Death Prophet, I feel like Resolution has played Death Prophet so well that it may just be banned out every single game against them, and then IO's never getting through, most likely. OD's kind of similar to Chen, where he's going to be hotly contested as well. Lone Druid, another hero like that, so... Empire for now just kind of leaving things open with the Chen, and ooh, Zeus seems to really instantly reply.
Whoa! Okay.
Yep.
Well, here we are right out of the gate. Why a first pick Zeus, though? Did you need to commit for a first pick Zeus? Wouldn't you want to... I mean, it is early to say if it's going to be a support or a mid, but now with the tree beside it, I lean towards the former, and you're kind of just, putting that out there already.
He has been one of the top picks for mids as far as the Europe region goes.
Okay, okay.
Not less picked and more banned, actually. He's the number of times I've seen first stage ban Zeus, and it's hard because normally I'd be like, well, I've seen the games where the hero owns. I could kind of see the series where there's been a lot of Zeus play and be like, oh, this is what's going on with Zeus. But I've just stepped in the qualifiers. I mean, I've been casting quite a few of the Europe games, but from the start, Zeus has just been first stage banned. So whether it's in scrims, previous tournaments, Zeus is considered one of the top tier mid laners right now. And also kind of in top pick because he can be flexible. Sometimes you'll see him swap off into the off lane. Maybe even rare, you see him on the support role. We saw Digital Chaos do that in one of their games. But an interesting opening from Spirit. No signs that they're going straight into any kind of like super push strat just yet.
Yeah, Empire, their opener feels a lot more just we're getting the best of what's available out there. Chen, Gyro, classic combo. I wouldn't push it past them to consider maybe... I don't know, I mean, if the air wanted to play it, the Phonic Darkseer in the off lane, always a good combo together, offers huge team fight impact, and it's either going to be something like that or something to kind of respond to now the crazy amount of map control and vision that they're going to get between the Zeus and Treant Protector.
I wouldn't be surprised if Team Spirit try to fall back on one of their really common pickups, the Sven. Empire might even ban it just because we've seen a lot of success with Sven this tournament, and they're going for the Ember Spirit, the other one who has good clear against Chen.
Ban the Oracle here. Empire been running a lot of Oracle, or do you think more maybe Spirit want to get something like a Darkseer that don't want to deal with that?
They've run a lot of Aloha Oracle.
Aloha Oracle?
Yeah, Oracle's been like first stage pick, sometimes second stage ban, sometimes first stage ban. He's not really going anywhere as well. But it's hard because there's gonna be like even just out knowing the rest of the Europe qualifiers, just this best of 3. There's gonna be like a little mini metagame that kind of develops from game to game and just from whenever these teams pass versus each other. So they were in the same group, so they did play in the past, which was I think a 1-1, I want to say.
Yep.
So this is kind of continuation of that series in some ways, as far as these two teams are concerned.
And the ban out on the Spirit Breaker. A quick snag of another tree lover here. This is pretty much team Bob Ross happening. Nature's Prophet now.
Yeah,
Gonna be grabbed up.
Don't cut down my axe trees, guys. Come on, Nature's Prophet. Stay away from that.
Watch Empire just go, you know what? Screw you guys. We're getting a timber saw. Phonic timber.
Full tree meta going on here. Stacking tangos and getting branches and just start planting them everywhere for tangos as well. And
is this like so the Nature's Prophet, is he just one to avoid the trouble that the Chen, the gyrocopter bring? What do you think the purpose serves here for him?
Good offlaner, has good synergy with the Zeus. You've got the two global ultis, the Thunder God's Wrath, the Wrath of Nature. You can transition into like a Spectre pick if you want to go for more global. Alternatively, this here is like Ancient Apparition as well, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Spirit throw on a bit more global, just killing potential. If not that, they're going to want to get like some kind of like a Blink Initiator who can just roam around the map, look for kills by himself. Like not what you see Navi get like a Siniko Sand where he'll roam around, find a Burrow Strike, and then a Zeus ulti Prophet ultimate will just fly on in as well, and then suddenly Sand King's got like a quote-unquote solo kill just off by himself with a bit of global presence.
And if Team Empire show that they're planning a more 5-group up strat, the Nature's Prophet can always go Rat since it's a bit easier if they're grouping up. But yeah, so far I wouldn't be surprised if Team Empire tries to get rid of more of that global strat, be it a, I don't know, Spectre ban or somehow.
Well, they can't ban right. The
no,
last
no,
ban, I guess,
right? They have to like, they're in a pickle because whatever that last pickup, if they go full global, there's some easy things they can accomplish here for Team Spirit.
And Darkseer is a good pick because something like a Spectre can be punished pretty heavily by Darkseer, so it forces Spirit to reconsider their safe lane carry / support to be something that can deal with Darkseer or at least not get crushed in lane by it.
Do you think they're AM players?
I'm not sure on that one.
I don't think I've seen Ramses on it, but there
Aim's
is
good here, but they're good to
It's
Sven,
just
yeah.
that,
To mention that's more their kind of classic pick and not amazing against the Darkseer. We'll need...
I mean, I would rather watch a Sven than an AM, that's for sure. So I'm okay with this. Very okay with the manly Sven here. All right.
What's the resolution here? He's had... Well, just the Death Prophet... I mean, the Death Prophet, the OD... I mean, two of the bans from Empire were like bans on resolution in some ways, but obviously they felt like they had something in mind with the drop.
Are you a dirty Viper picker here? Help kite the Sven a bit, but you can't really help with out-spamming against the hefty push of a split-pushing Nature's Prophet, so... But they have a Darkseer for that. They have a Gyrocopter.
Some Razor came out for resolution. Oh, never mind. It's the DK.
DK.
We were just saying how we haven't seen this as much recently.
Resolution, one of the players who probably picks it up for him and his team a bit more than other CIS teams and adds some more... This is like Empire are going to hit this mid-game timing where they're going to have the mech. I was about to say Chen mech, but it could just be a Darkseer mech. Chen may go for a straight axe. They'll have DK in ulti form. They'll have this scary 5-man that Spirit will kind of not be able to fight into too well.
Is this the holy... Isn't what they call the Dota Holy Trinity? Chen, Gyro, Dragon Knight? I think I remember hearing that somewhere. Like back in the day, that was the holy push Trinity. Okay. I can't remember who said it, but Chen, Gyro, and Dragon Knight was the 3 key components for old school
Chen
push.
DK. Yeah, the old school push would always have Chen DK.
Yeah.
That was just like a duo that had some ridiculous win rate together. And even on the, I think it was like 6.84, where DK was like totally not picked before he got a buff to Dragon Tail, where the cooldown got reduced as you leveled it up. The DK had been picked like, I think I want to say like 15 to 20 times on the patch, and every single game except one was with a Chen. So the hero was only playable when you had a Chen on your team.
Yeah.
That's just, like, if you look at DK's pick rate, it's just increases tenfold when you have a Chen on the team.
Yeah, that's and I knew there was something between. They're like secret lovers or something like that. There's something there.
The two heroes work really nicely together. Just DK, tanky frontliner, benefits a lot from the heals. It's a good hero to have to back up a Chen push, since the corrosive damage on the towers and DK's not squishy. So
we're looking to Spirit side now. We need a support.
Both team supports, and to help deal with Darkseer, Witch Doctors would have been good. So you can trade hits, get Maledict level 1 if you need to.
Yeah, all the Chen creeps being stunned.
Disruptors like
Disruptor.
Back up.
Yeah, it's very good at being able to catch Darkseer. A lot of people used to go for like support Naga, but we don't see that girl anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, you probably need a range support unless you're going Undying, but even Undying's so-so. CM is not great, but it's good against the Chen as far as having Frostbite for the Chen creeps go.
Tusk is untouched. Do they not play a lot of Tusk?
They can't. They have a Treant, so the problem is you don't want to like a Tusk Treant support duo. I want to say against Darkseer. That's a 3 melee lane against Iron Shell.
I just thought it was interesting in general. Tusk.
As far as outside of Liquid, there's not been much of an emphasis on Tusk. Like it was 5th banned, I think, last game. against Empire.
Interesting.
But most games it's going to get ignored between the CIS teams here. Apart, there's like 1 or 2 teams who play it here and there. Vega probably plays it.
What
more than
about
most teams.
a Shaman, Shadow Shaman range?
Shaman's actually pretty good for both teams. So Empire, for obvious reasons, they're pushing.
They would love
Spirit, it's actually pretty good as far as just having a strong range support who could maybe deal okay with Darkseer. But
They go back for that Disruptor, which is great against the Darkseer.
Bit more teamfight centric than a Shadow Shaman, and that's what's going to be coming your way when Empire group up as 5. So something, and this is a different Empire draft to what we saw in the last best of 3.
Oh,
And
Rubik.
Rubik. Obvious synergy with the Gyrocopter. And something nice and underrated is the null field, the aura of Rubik, the magic resistance. When you go for that push, it can actually negate a lot of the Zeus and Nature's Prophet damage output. So maybe we don't even see a max telekinesis just go for like 2 points and then start leveling the aura so they have more points in it when they go for a push. If they can get some good magic resistance, like coming out from Chen creeps as well. Possibly we see Chen go mech and Darkseer go pipe so they can hit their timing as early as possible as well. So rather than just go, like, Darkseer can get a super fast mech, but if you want to get the mech and the pipe, that may be the best way to do it.
When he was on Empire, wasn't always Wanna Fly the Rubik player, or was it Aloha Dance always the Rubik player?
Aloha Dance played quite a bit of Rubik, because I remember just some like Aloha Dance like epic Rubik play moments.
That was from Starladder, right? I remember like Starladder
Yeah,
when they still
yeah.
had like Yoku on the squad.
But
There was like one ridiculous Empire Rubik player, and I think it was always Wanna Fly. I'm not too sure, but it's just interesting now. If that was the case, it's like the shoe is on the other foot now, and you'll be going against your former Dota squad.
It's a good storyline here with Always Wanna Fly, who kind of got removed from the team when Empire kind of reformed post-TI.
But there was a lot of CIS shuffles, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
almost all the players here have played together with each other except for maybe the new additions.
It was
very
more
young
he was
ones.
like on the short end of it because he was left teamless. Like
Yeah.
this was the Spirit was formed as CIS rejects. They were like the ragtag group of people without a team. Like Go Black at one point was captaining Navi and I was like, oh, well, I don't have a team anymore. And you've got Always Wanna Fly. He's like, yeah, I was on Empire. We're pretty good now. I don't have a team anymore. Like, what's the plan?
Pretty similar to like power friendship versus DC kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like former teammates used to be on teams together, left behind, now battling through unnamed, unsponsored.
Yeah. I mean, so Spirit, they would have been relaxing, well, not relaxing, probably stressing out a bit watching that last BO3, but ultimately watching that last BO3 probably isn't going to help them right now because this is different kind of Empire draft from what we saw. They did go for that one push game, but it was very much like more of a cheesy push with the Pug. There was 15 minutes in where they were pushing high ground. This game, you're not pushing high ground at 15 minutes. At 15 minutes, you're probably expecting to have like 3 tier 1s down, for example. So this is a bit more kind of team fight centric. And they do scale well into the late game. Like DK Gyro, this is not like, oh, if they don't push and take all the outer towers by 25 minutes, take high ground with the next age, like the second Aegis or something, they lose the game. They can scale well going late as well, and that's something I imagine Havos will recognize and probably even go for like a Helm of the Dominator build to secure some late game farm.
What about the Sven? If the Sven is somehow able to become a big problem here, you got people from Empire who are all close-quartered fighters.
Yeah.
You know, is that a problem? It's something you get caught out with one bad stun. Next thing you know, he's doing his cleave thing, and your whole team falls apart when they can't. I mean, is this a team that is going to be capable of kiting someone around like a Sven and getting away?
I think it's a pretty big problem. The last pick onto the Rubik didn't really offer any extra solutions to Sven. So their solutions comes down to itemization, having aura items. Like if they want to get some bonus armor from a Vlad's or an AC later on, like DK will ultimately build into the AC, which he'll have when the Sven starts getting scary. Chen could go for like a later Vlad's. Crimson Guard's another item that's a possibility.
Even like maybe like, do you even think BKBs? It's like a race for BKBs between one side or the other. One gets it sooner. The next thing you know, they're going to have the upper hand advantage. I mean, if Ramses, let's say, you get the essentials first, but if he grabs up a BKB, this Gyro's not going to be doing anything. There's going to be no way to stop him at all from kind of getting in your face.
It's finding the right balance between having the greed to go into the late game with the Helm of the Dominators and the BKB timing. So you don't want to just straight up rush a BKB and then if you're not going to be able to, like Empire can't push high ground, and then if they go first on a BKB on Gyro, he falls off. He's not relevant late game. So I imagine they're both going a similar item build, which is going to be Helm of the Dominator BKB. Or SMY is also quite good. I know Havos, when he played this Sven, goes SMY before BKB, so I don't think there's a huge rush for the BKBs for the Sven. Maybe, well, I mean, you definitely need them. DK stun is like the worst thing in the world to try and versus a Sven if you don't have BKB.
I wonder how much stacking Gold Black will be able to get accomplished. I'm assuming he's doing the similar kind of, he's going to jungle a bit on the tree ant. But last time when we saw Empire actually take a game off of Liquid, they did it with Havost on a Sven that just had everything given to him when it comes to stacks. And obviously, if you get ahead on that guy, all of these supports are going to be 3-shot, if less.
I'm sure Gold Black's like, I'm going jungle and get my Iron Talon. You've got to do the stacks yourself.
Yeah,
ask the Disruptor. He'll do the stacks for you.
Level 1 smoke coming out. And
Is there level 1? Yeah, we've got Rubik Gyro. It's solid. Iron Shell on whoever as well.
yeah,
They want to probably
find anyone.
contest the jungle of the tree, and that might be a thing. It's gonna be interesting to see how and where they get the jump, where the smoke pops.
We're scavenging here. They round the bend and go south. They could end up right behind this Disruptor. They are going to be turning that corner right now. This could be wonderful.
That's
a
such a great
5v2.
to use.
Oh, here they go. And
he wants Iceberg, but he'll settle. Oh no, he might not even get.
They
the
split.
Disruptor.
Disruptor.
Can't
Disruptor.
get surge. Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, they finally get the catch. This is going to be your first blood, it looks like here. It is on the Disruptor, which is, you know, not terrible for Spirit, but nonetheless, Empire happy to make use of that smoke.
Although Iceberg does get quite a bit of damage across the board, so, you know, regen advantage in lane at least.
He actually secures top room with all that damage dealt too. So it's like, yeah, we just got first blood, but we still can't take top rune. Zeus, happy with that. He's going to get a lot of mana back as well from the Clarity, so. Bottom rune available, so not the biggest deal for Empire, but they're going to chew through some regen as a result.
Now, I could be getting ahead of myself, but outside of that little skirmish there, like, are we going to be seeing a lot of early game action? I mean, you know, Tree's not one to roam around and gank unless this Nature's Prophet's going to be more of a fighter. Disruptor is definitely not really a big roaming ganker, and you could, unless, you know, it's a proactive Chen.
Yeah, Chen's the X factor.
That's it, you know, it's like there is a chance that both teams, as you mentioned, have a similar already item progression. They could just both have a similar, you know, laning phase.
I think Chen, because it's a Zeus mid, there's a lot of kill openings. Zeus is no escape. He's very vulnerable to ganks, so that's a lane where they're going to put a lot of emphasis.
Well, looks like
we
I'm
asked
wrong.
about roaming, and I guess Trent's, he's like, all right, my jungle's been blocked. Let's just go and kill the guys who block my jungle.
I mean, we saw this the last time Godblack was playing his Tree. I mean, he did have the blessing of that game to get the first blood, but you go right for those early boots because you have the Disruptor to kind of take care of the courier and ward duty. So
we actually saw first item of the Iron Talon last game, but that's not the Go Black build. He actually does. I've always seen him go for the boots, then he goes into Iron Talon. He's picked up the Quelling Blade now to go probably scope out the jungle.
Just the Tree hits so hard, right? Level 1, like you go man mode, and no one's going to be able to hold up against you.
They didn't actually bother blocking up any of these hard camps against the Chen or the Doxia. Sometimes you see teams do that just so Doxia doesn't have the fallback, but I do think Gold Black expected to jungle and just decided to come out because he realized there were some problems in his own jungle.
He hasn't got that easy medium camp that you can just choke point jungle with the Quelling Blade. So, or he's going to find that out now. I'm not sure if he realized already, but he's still okay. He can even, I think, jungle the big camp. Might have to use like a living armor on himself, or even if he has to use a leech seed to kill a big creep, it's generally okay. But right now it's going to be like a game of efficiency. You have Aloha Dance just doing his stacks. 2-minute runes coming up. Both teams looking to secure one apiece.
Oh, they might be going. He has Surge this time though, so much harder.
Yeah, but I think does Disruptor have Glimpse? No.
Yes.
Now he has it, and back you go.
And that's Surge on
Right into the arms of these two guys.
He juke through the trees in.
No, he is shoved into the trees. They just blocked him in there.
Tango North, perhaps, is what I was wondering. But
Disruptor was very diligent to, like, hadn't leveled, had hit 2 for a bit, but hadn't bothered to level, and I think if, you know, if a kinetic field could have worked there, maybe we would have seen that. And we've got a nice line.
yeah, that's a weird, it's the Radiant Ward he's pointing out. Look at it, he's saying, that was something I noticed too when the ward went down. That's fog right there, which is where that Radiant Ward was perhaps not placed in the best location.
Yeah, that's very south for that cliff. If that tree was taken out, it may open it up, but that is, well, lesson learned.
Our Russian cast is doing the analysis for us.
Yeah.
They're observing, saying,
Easy.
Very nice. The lightning duo here between Disruptor, Thunderstrike, and of course Iceberg, the
double
Zeus, Shockwave.
Double,
But
double.
they're fine. They're fine.
oh, whoa, Prophet, where'd he
Suddenly,
come from?
a fun guy shows up,
Yeah.
and okay.
I guess he was trying to
Well done.
find the DK there.
So, looking at farm, it does look like...
Jen leading the CS.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
I was going to say DK and Zeus. I mean, you kind of expect it. The Breathe Fire early can really help you out, but it should be both of them getting pretty good Like, you can get the lost hits. Denying is going to be interesting between the two.
Yeah, no one, I guess, yeah, no one really denies in that
Yeah,
matchup.
you just zap.
And DK can just go and get last hits, no problems. But Havos winning bottom lane
Havos
pretty
on a
well.
gyro.
Yeah,
This one,
that's-
that's a warm feeling right there.
Oh yeah, if you're an Empire fan or a Havos fan, you're thinking.
A Navi
alright.
dreamer.
Yeah. You know, if you're a Navi fan, this is the team to go for. You got Havos and Funnick, like.
Yeah.
Poor Navi fans. They had to pick which parent to follow.
No,
They're like,
if you were
am I
like
going
an
with
old school
mom or
Navi
dad, Dendi or Havos here?
Or like Kuro, if you what's Kuro? The
Yeah,
odd
and then
uncle?
and then the other people who were like, I like.
Well,
Kuro.
Kuro's like the weird uncle because he was
Yeah.
like he wasn't a CIS player even though he was on Navi. So I don't think like the CIS Navi fans weren't like Navi fans for Kuro, but there was a lot of Navi fans outside of CIS region. Being Navi.
Or maybe Puppy, of course. And the people who,
Yeah.
of course, will follow the
Yep.
true Dota overlord Puppy. And
So-
we'll see. Team Spirit, man, already off to a strong start. They proved me wrong. This is a proactive squad. And the tree, well, curious what level he is now. It's a rush always to, of course, see if you can get the fastest to level 7 as you can, so you get those 4 points. But
He's gone too far up.
yep, and this will be a secured kill. There's going to be a glimpse handy if he tries to go too far away, but he's not even going to get the chance. There's a hammer waiting for him as he tries to surge, and it's going to be Spirit leading to another kill as they pull ahead 4-1.
Yep. Went just too far. Should maybe head back, farm the jungle a bit, just because he's giving away too many kills. He's not even getting farm out of this lane. I think he's just like has this mentality that it's a Sven and that Darkseer is going to match up well against Sven, can pressure the Sven, slow down his farm, and he wants to be in the lane, just even if it means putting Iron Shell on the creep wave and not getting the XP. But it's costing his team a lot right now.
Oh, but here comes the Chen gank on mid that you talked about. They have a troll creep. Can they get in range? They got a lot of units. It's going to be a pullback. Breathe fire
Not
at some
worth
point.
TPing either.
Let's finish it off. Yeah. Something else interesting is the ward up top that the Dire place. Team Spirit places a ward there, and if they're Radiant, they place one on the bottom lane, kind of similar one, every game. So Empire may be missing that in some of their research. It's like the same ward they place every game.
Okay.
Oh.
They're trying to get a secondary kill here, Disruptor. Nice kinetic field. Get back.
It distracts him a bit from further poking this tier 1 tower, and
Yeah. I think
they're going to have to
hefty
pull away.
damage here. They gotta be careful. There's Zeus ultimate, Prophet probably close to level 6 as well. And Zeus is swung back in. Ooh.
Oh, sounds like
He wants
Black's
the
on
rune, but
someone.
he's gonna just give this one up.
Lifts, pullback, illusion. Gonna be left. Iceberg doesn't want it though. He passes right over it here thinking that there might be a kill opportunity or at least a way to bully back this DK, and they'll do so. He just wanted to use some spells so he can use his bottle before filling it up, of course.
So Havos crushing as far as CS goes. I mean, he's similar-ish to the Sven, but importantly, Prophet not getting much out of this lane, even though Havos has spent some time down here alone.
Should he consider setting something up or getting a TP and going top lane with his call down?
It's possible. Like right now, I guess he's ready to do so with call down. He wants phase boots first, probably, just to make sure he can have the movement speed boost to get him in, which is he just picked up the claws of attack. He could have saved up for the helmet of Dominator, but he's like, nope, I'm getting my phase boots, which suggests he does want to be able to rotate rather than just go for the fast Dominator.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he wants to be able to get something done on the Nature's Prophet in bottom even.
The more you play passive on Spirit, the more you give Empire room to make these kind of rotations. They're going for the kind of same smoke gang towards mid, but this was successful once and could be again, but
The Chen will probably die in. Well, depends
Zeus
if the
is
Dragon
pushing
kill.
very
Yeah.
aggressively up the lane.
Here
He's
we
got the
go.
ward, so he thinks he's
done
safe.
for
but
sure. He can lift.
it's not a smoke.
He can kill.
And that's the nature of the Zeus mid. You're just you're either not farming or you're getting smoke ganked like that, and it's just kind of at some stage it's just a loss you have to accept. Problem is
quick
it's a
to the
T1
lane.
tower, yeah.
They gotta try to slow this down. He's able to de-aggro, which is good, but they still have plenty of Chen creeps here. Dragon form. This tier 1 is turning into a pile of rubble real fast. Empire now get their first objective of the game, even though it seemed like they were down as far as kills.
Oh,
Havos.
That is death.
That's a classic Havos right there.
Was he getting the tower, was that? Or
Yeah.
He
I
used
think-
call down too.
I think he was trying to clear the wave, and then Ramsey's actually TP'd in as well from top. So does give a little more space up on Funnick, who's
Oh, they actually was the T1 bottom tower was like deny range. He was going all in for the tower.
Oh, and maybe he can get something. There should
denied.
be a telekinesis. No, it's Dragon Tail that comes out instead. But will Afterlife finish off Aloha Dance? And it looks like Ramses might be able to get on out of here. In comes Zeus has already used that ult, but no longer is Resolution a Dragon. Zap on top of him. A Stormhammer to boot. And yep. It's good pickoffs.
Yeah.
Needed that.
Empire just pushing it a little too much with like not enough heroes. Like that was a gyro kind of trying to solo push, take a T1 tower. No cooldown happens somewhere. Yep, they got
Mid lane. We're on it now. Glimpse back. Goblak.
Yeah. And that was just like a bit too much greed from Empire. Like Havos trying to solo push a T1 when rotations are possible, and then the DK tries to like come in, salvage the situation with a kill, and it ends up going even worse. But I think Empire overall is still farming well, and the heroes that need to be getting farmed, they're still in a position to take towers when they need to. So their lineup is like forgiving of making a mistake here or there.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. Looks like Phonic, he'll be one to rush for the mech, so that means Chen doesn't have to get the mech. So what does Chen get instead? Is it a rush to the Agnums that much faster than you suppose?
Yeah, I think the Ancient creeps, when you go for that push, it just, if you can get them really early, they wreck. Like having bonus HP aura, bonus armor aura, frenzy on a gyrocopter or something.
Maybe a pipe after. Oh!
Oh!
Close.
He thought it was going over the tree line for safety.
Yeah, maybe a pipe after on the check.
Yeah, pipe could be.
So.
Pipe's a bit on the pricier side. But
No, I think definitely Ags first, but depending on how
he's got
that push
1200 gold.
goes.
I think he just picked up a point booster.
Yeah.
He was at the secret shop, so fast Ags is just it's pretty great. You're happy if you're a Chen. You don't have to buy mech sometimes. Do so much more, have more fun with an Ags. Not the whole zoo opens up, not just the kiddie zoo.
What you would, I would put dragons in a zoo for children. I think that sounds excellent. We have a rotation in, but Afterlife not doing anything with it. Just standing there looking pretty.
It's top lane where they're going to get pressured here. It looks like Havos is up there now with the DK, so they definitely want that tier 1.
Yeah,
and it
they
looks
just
like
go
Spirit
for
don't
it.
want anything to do with it.
Yeah. And this is Aloha just kind of stuck down here. He gets scouted. He's not going to get stunned up as well. The tree next, he kind of in the way, but Sven too far. Nice awareness for Aloha just to hide there. Knowing his team's going for the push top, the response from Spirit's always going to be to come down bottom and match it. But I think right now matching tower is slightly favorable for Empire, who can probably push a bit faster, get a bit more out of this, and ultimately they're the lineup that wants to be taking objectives towers earlier.
Get those wards quick. Looks like Empire want to get some wards now with this top safe lane tower going down. The jungle could be theirs. They want to get some optimal vision down. Scouting out the rotation patterns. We know Goblak, who had been trying to hide in the dark the whole time. They can get that extra bit of intel and maybe find some picks, while mid lane, Spirit continue to try to fight trades while a top tier 2 is going down. They want the mid tier 1.
DK, TP, got
They got sent right back to top
What's
lane.
happening? Check out mid lane. Thanks, Observer. Seems good.
Oh,
Almost got a kill on Disruptor. The TP in from the DK with the Iron Chill was the planned defense. And I think Gyro had preemptively TP'd to like the tier 2, but they take the top tower and they defend mid. So even though they don't get kills there, they actually defend their tower. Sven trying to pressure bottom, but that's also a tower they should be able to defend, although it will take a lot of damage. Oh, okay, Prophet coming in, so maybe not being defended. Gyro's not quite here in time.
Goldblack and Chen have pretty close form, so it might
Gotta be careful about getting out of here.
Oh,
God.
actually, Aloha.
Aloha.
Questionable.
Twice. Nice.
Maybe it's just a Stormhammer, but of course,
Yeah.
not going to engage.
I think he's only got 2 points in Stormhammer. I don't think he's maxed it out.
And he has 1 point in the null field, so.
Yeah, I like it from Rubik. It's a very short disable, but this Rubik has not been picked up for the disable. DK's there, you're fine. DK's done alone, will cut it. You're 5-man pushing. Null field is just never something you'll notice in a team fight, the impact this spell has, but that's one of those things I wish you could have, like at the end of a game, like damage blocked from not having null field. Like how much damage did this spell actually block throughout the course of a game?
And it really delays the need for something like the pipe, because you can push, you've got some points in null field, things feel much better.
Yeah. Zeus's 8th lens just so we can try and deep-push, spam stuff out from a safer range. A little bit of extra damage too.
Yeah,
Easy.
nullifies his capability to spam out the whole Chen army, having a Rubik just around. And he keeps going and taking that chain lightning.
Also, the magic resist creep, I completely forgot for a second, but yeah, they in no way need a pipe. They can just null field and then
you
magic
could still get a
resist
pipe
creep.
just because
Yeah.
Spirit's super magic damage focus. Well, I mean the Zeus, the main one, but
Hey,
pipe
render-
is always good
Prophet.
against Zeus.
Render a hero like Zeus useless.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, with null
the
empire,
null
why
field
not?
and the aura is like, okay, it negates Zeus a bit, but then the pipe is like, good luck doing anything. Like Zeus ulti, Prophet ultimate combined, like having a pipe against that, you can never go wrong.
Here we go. Looks like they want to soften up this tier 2. The Dragon form is out. The Chen creeps in motion here. And we'll have to see what the response is going to be from Spirit.
Empire have just played this so methodically. Every ulti from the DK has been a tower or an objective or some damage onto an objective. And just bit by bit they're just chipping away at Spirit, who at some point are going to be having to contest Roshan or defend high ground against an Aegis push.
Yeah, very tactical play. They know that there's very little room, very little chance of error.
It's good to see Empire mixing up. Like the past few games, we've seen Resolution on like Death Prophet, and it's been a bit flashy from him. We've seen this Invoker, but just showing like, look, I'll play something a bit kind of more boring to be.
I was just gonna say boring.
It's like I don't know. I mean, I kind of enjoy playing Dragon Knight just because it is strategic. And
it gets the job done.
Yeah, we have a very aggressive play by the Nature's Prophet going in. His team is coming through. I don't think they're gonna catch up to him in time. And just get a blind TP. What's going on?
It should be okay now. The movement speed from the phase drums.
Tactical. Glimpse back, and it's on Havost, right into a Static Storm, right into a stun.
Looks like he bought out before, but yeah, it's all
straight to Roche.
If they could take Roche, that'd be amazing because they know Empire are going to be eyeing that one up before going high ground. And with Havost dead, Gyrocopter cooldown down, Hand of God down, this doesn't look like something Empire can contest. So a very crucial pickoff just for the Roshan that follows it.
I'm also really impressed by Ramses. He's top of the net worth chart despite the fact that his team has lost a lot of towers. He's found space to farm, and that's just really impressive on someone like a Sven.
He's been playing like the kind of greedy, like, okay, you're going to 5-man push, I'm going to just farm the other side of the map.
Okay, Nature's Prophet always playing on the edge of the seat there. And this Roche will be going down. Zeus is going to be grabbing it up, but the fight's going to be breaking out. The lightning starts spazzing, and that means Rubik's going to be burning low, but they took the overgrowth. They reflect it right back onto him, and it's going to be Empire on the move. Goblak trying to make it back in a way. It looks like he will etch himself out to safety. Here comes Darkseer now. Very low on mana. Meanwhile, you can see a death match into the pit. It's going to be the DK finishing off the Zeus's first life. Call down right on top of the mushroom cap of the Nature's Prophet. Havost going to be picking up that one. Back to the pit they go, and it's Zeus's second life. Empire able to kind of take Spirit's gutsy play and unfortunately turn it into a hot mess here as they're going to clean up the Disruptor. Nearly leads to a full team wipe as Goblak barely makes it out with his life.
Having a T1 tower mid still up at that stage meant Havost, when he respawned, could get to the Roche pit incredibly fast, and DK's BKB just coming up as well. All that tower gold finally getting somewhere as far as 9 for DK. Didn't go for the Blink Dagger, but see there, having a faster BKB making all the world of difference. Yeah, and again, in a fight like that, the Rubik Nullfield ultimately, I feel like, actually did a lot that fight, as much as you don't really see it.
Yeah, and the BKB, it makes their push so much easier. So when that comes out, if they decide that they get that lost tier 2 bottom and then maybe high ground, might wait for Roche though.
So I felt like it was like a race for BKBs and who will get them at that first window.
Yeah.
And it was Empire. But Sven just picked up his. So if Spirit can pull out another awkward yet somehow crafty gank play.
Oh,
which somehow they cross paths with a Rubik here. I imagine the Rubik maybe just doing some investigating. Intel work.
Mission, I think. And
yeah, he got one up there, but it's the common spot. But maybe it's so common it's next level, and they won't look up there.
That's always the plan.
The pub ward.
With a Zeus,
yeah, not happening. Yeah, Zeus is just like, what the hell?
May as well check it. And they know they just got Rubik there. Like, there's no doubt in their mind he's warding when you see him.
So we haven't looked over at the docks here recently, but with everybody else kind of ignoring Blink's.
Poor.
Yeah, not only is he pretty poor, do you think he wants one to compensate, maybe try to get the jump on Team Spirit inside of their base when they're defending? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean, after his mech, almost certainly. I think even if he like the team wants other utility items like Vlad's and stuff, you probably don't make your Darkseer get it until after the Blink Dagger. It's just so essential for his initiation. There's a lot to cancel, like the Zeus ulti, the static field's all annoying, but ultimately it's more reason to get a Blink because you need to be standing far away so you don't get bursted down by those spells. And Havost, I think that may even be a BKB in his stash, not the Sanj and
No,
Yasha.
it's a Sanj.
Oh, it is a Sanj?
We moused over it. I was surprised too. He did that on the Sven. And
it's Havost.
Yeah, it's okay. Either's fine. I don't think there's...
You put the guy in a boxing rink, you're like, do you want gloves or a helmet? And he's like, I'll just take the gloves, thank you.
Speaking of, though, this Zeus having a lot of trouble.
This is the big weakness of Zeus, and that's why I'm like still not totally I haven't seen enough games where he's been played because he's been banned so much to totally understand why he is that top first pick material hero. Because I think this is the vulnerability of the Zeus, is just getting ganked constantly. He has no defensive capabilities except through items.
Yeah. Resolution doesn't care about your kinetic field, just gonna start poking away at that tower. Has to be a little bit careful because they do have some magical bursts, but Zeus, no buyback, so maybe he can just poke.
I don't know how much work they're going to be able to get done here.
They need to get the full tower, otherwise it gets healed up is the problem.
Yeah.
So you don't want to half-ass this one if you're Empire, otherwise you're just wasting your time.
Zeus is back now.
I don't know if they can get any more than this, right?
Yeah, they're going to back off.
Uh-oh.
TP.
Glimpse back. This one on Havost again. Stagstorm's down. BKB going to be popped. And look at this Sven looking to go to work right here. Chen saving him out and sends him back. This all comes from the heal as well. And, well, look at this. Looks like DK is going to BKB TP away from trouble. Empire might just escape with their lives, or Aloha Dance will not be so lucky.
It's always Aloha Dance. It's always.
Glimpse almost helped disjoint the stun. Fortunately, he will be the one to go down. And they were not able to finish off that tier 3, so Empire just going to have to go back to the drawing board a bit.
Yeah, still manageable situation for Spirit. They're not totally out of this. I think Sven was at Blink Tag. Yeah, he just picked up a Blink, so he's got some jump to get some instant follow-up when they want to go in. And just lead the way so he can go in. Zeus can then be having someone kind of to front line for him to make sure Zeus can get out a lot of damage in a fight. And it's now Empire who kind of lack that initiation. I kind of feel DK needs to go back for a Blink himself. Just to have kind of a catch potential for your side.
And there's the tree ads.
Oh, that's
tree
actually slightly game-changing. Empires will be, like, required to get gem.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if this game, we've seen Goldblack kind of do whatever he wants, but whether he wards up their jungle to make sure that they can ensure more farm for the Sven, because that guy can get out of control, or whether he tries to go for the more aggressive moves to keep killing off the Boast.
Yeah. I think around the mid lane and you're in jungle, you want to, at this stage you're still in a fairly defensive position. You're worried about the push, so you want to have them nearby.
I think Havost sold the
Oh, he did sell the Sandra.
I think the word from the captain is you need BKB now.
He's like, Havost, don't do this. Get the BKB. We got to end this game soon.
Chen's about to get the Ag Scepter, so they're gonna be kind of, in some ways, all in on the double BKB plus Chen Ag's timing.
Oh, it's the blink up from DK. I'm
assuming. He's got the blink. Yeah.
Or he just magically got there. Who knows?
Force away, and Goblak says, hide in the trees. They don't got detection. What are they gonna do about it?
Blink over.
They want to go for him, and he's going to create the space with the...
Look at that. Oh,
Static Storm to follow, but no. Out goes Aloha Dance, but he still goes down to the Zeus ultimate. Resolution's in the middle of this one, but he cannot fight his way through. He gets taken out. Triple kill for Iceberg.
So I thought that was a desperation overgrowth from Goldblack, but that was...
Those two heroes stuck in those trees, taking big damage.
And beautiful setup from Disruptor.
This is really slowing down Empire here.
Now, as you said, they do have ways to go for a bit of a later game. DK can itemize for later. Oh,
uh-oh.
No.
Yep.
Good scouting report coming in from Nature's Prophet, and that means that, well, Sven shows up, pops him with the stun, and Havost goes down. He's trying to get his frickin' BKB here, and he's going to have to wait that much longer. This is Team Spirit's time to play. They're going to go right down mid lane, and then they can always double back for what I imagine Roche in the near future.
Yep. For Empire, it gets really concerning that you've gone for the fast BKB on Dragonite, and it hasn't led to like a big teamfight victory or high ground yet.
Yeah, I think it's already 7 seconds or something. It's getting low.
Yes, and against Zeus, that does matter a lot. You're hoping that you don't want to go late game against Zeus when you go first item BKB. But they'll have the fresh one in Gyro, so that'll slightly make up for it. They'll have the magic resistance from the Rubik and everyone else, but we've talked about the pipe a lot. Ultimately, right now, there's no one who's got the money to afford it, even though it would otherwise probably be a consideration.
What's Sven's next item? I feel like he must have had one because they just got a bit of gold, and he's not showing.
He's dropped his one, picked something up. Could be like an SMY, could be, I don't know, Hyperstone.
Do you think he's beefy enough here, just with the way it's going to... Oh, yeah, AC would be nice, especially with the...
He's got something on the career. We'll see maybe in a sec. But he's in a good position. AC's fine. Tanking up is fine, yeah.
He's got options.
And for Empire, Darkseer has been Unfortunately, caught out of position a couple of times here. I haven't really seen much of a wall, if any. I mean, he unfortunately, you know, you guys were talking about the blink dagger before. It just shows how crucial of a tool that is. You want to be able to leave a separation between yourselves and those frontliners so that if something is to break out, like a sudden tree overgrowth, you'll, yeah, just right there.
Thank you, Casper.
Thank you, thank you. You want to make sure you're at the ready to respond with a good counterplay.
Oh, what is Aloha Don's constantly being very aggressively up here.
The Dire Ward is plaguing him, and that's an Aether Lens Zeus. He may be able to get close enough for the bolt.
I think it missed TP.
Full stuff. Bolt misses. He's still chasing though. He might ulti into Arc Lightning Bolt. Can he hit it? Oh. Yes, he will. They weren't even trying to fight that one. Empire's just like, you're on your own, Aloha Dance once again. And the deep wards can really pay for themselves if you get them down, because they can lead to like the pickoffs that get you a high ground push opportunity.
Yeah.
Chen dies to Treant.
Yeah, this is a nice little Chen creep wrap play. Gets the tier 3 down to half life.
But then Gold Black has almost gotten their entire jungle, and with Roche being a very quick respawn, they'll see any approach. I mean,
you just killed the Chen with an overgrowth somewhere as well. I'm not sure how. I guess Chen was just low HP for some reason. And someone was there. The Zeus ultimate, the Zeus ultimate with like an overgrowth probably just took Chen out.
That's the thing, is the plague of Tree Eyes starting to spread here. Is anyone on Empire getting the vision for him? A gem and a hatchet handy?
They really don't have a good hero to carry around the gem.
Or a
hatchet.
force you know.
Man, I can't believe you got me to say hatchet, Dakota. I've never called it hatchet before until now.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why I called it a hatchet either.
It looks like a hatchet. I mean, it's an axe. No judging. But yeah,
I'm not judging.
Whoa. The tree scouted it immediately, and here they come. I don't think they're smoked up. They're going to be completely seen.
Dewarding, they realize like we can't just they can't just run in when they have vision advantage, and they're just going to blow you up.
Their time to Empire's time to cross the river and make moves towards the base is gone now. Might be them to force a strong high ground defense and hope that you can do the Darkseer factor.
And for Spirit, if Empire start playing passive, not pushing out, you're probably thinking, okay, let's just keep stacking Ancients, farm them up, go get Ag Scepter on Prophet, keep the lanes all pushed out. Octarine could come next, and I don't think Empire wants to go into that passive style of play. Even though things aren't going well for them, they've gone for the double BKB. They don't go for this to sit back and wait for a high ground defense. They go for these items to go on the aggressive. So despite the Aegis being there, we may need to see some aggressive play. So Gem Calling Blade onto Aloha. This is just essential. Even though he doesn't have a blink. Even though he's very easy to kill, you just got to do this.
I mean, he doesn't have the farm to put anything else in its spot, but it is going to be taking up 2 slots of his inventory here. Plus your Rubik, so it's like, maybe you need a ward too. And a TP. Suddenly you have no room for anything. It's just the frustration when you have to go against a tree with Ags. It comes to like multiple levels. Not just, he can see everything and he can root you. It's, you need to now change up the way you itemize and deal with it.
And that's just brutal, like you say, having 3 item slots taken out for gem TP wards.
Yep.
I think that's not fun as a support.
Yeah.
Full Daedalus.
Oh, and the Quelling Blade being 4, so.
Yep.
Well, this Fen is going to hit like a truck.
Yeah, I think even with just the God Strength, he could probably 3-shot some of the supports, and now, one bad cleave off of a Chen creep?
That's why you got to be really careful, because DK's got high armor, but...
What's he going to build now? He's got 3.6k.
It's going to just go AC, I think. There's
AC,
nothing else. I don't see any other ways around it, really.
Quick counter to the Zeus ult is the Hand of God, of course. And that's just going to allow Empire to quickly go on the retreat.
I mean, DK at this point, there's no item that's going to give him a crazy amount of damage to be able to fight better with. So.
Do you have to start thinking, though, like big picture ahead? I mean, we're seeing a Nature's Prophet who's getting ready to play that kind of a game with the Ags and the Octarine. I mean, is it too far-fetched to say a Mjolnir is going to be necessary down the road just to help keep all the waves back and free up a little breathing room for your team?
Yeah, Mjolnir's good item pickup for Dragon Knight in this game.
Hyperstone.
If they don't consider the flak enough from the gyrocopter to they've got flak and iron shell, so they have good enough D push, but maybe they want gyrocopter to have some. The Dragon Knight to have some for himself.
Well, our first Hyperstone, I imagine, means it's going to be a AC.
Yeah.
No reason to go for a reliable hyper when you could get a Maelstrom first, and suddenly Sven's hanging on the top of the high ground like, hi, how's it going, Rubik?
Okay.
Surprise.
Was it BKB? And that's those BK, we talked about BKBs mattering against the Zeus. BKBs timing matter a lot against Dragon Knight. The low cooldown stun means you need to have BKB when you're kind of fighting into him. Like if you're not dealing with Dragon Knight during that, you're getting like perma stunned afterwards. But that was the gem still, so it's worth the BKB God Strength there because they just stole the gem, which means Treant has full control of the game for the next 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
This game gets now as much as saying Empire should move out, they can't. They have no gem. They have no detection. Treant eyes will see everything. Go Black is just such a happy man now that he's seen that gem get stolen.
He's been having some really great Treant games.
The cooldown is just so low on those eyes too. I remember like back in the day, it felt like they were forever long. And didn't they used to also provide sentry vision as well? It's just like now you could just pop them up. What feels like every 20 seconds or so.
Yeah,
Take one down. There's gonna be another one somewhere else.
It used to be 50 or something, I swear, when it first came out.
Yeah, it was pretty long.
So, let's see if Go Black wants to do any of the business, but they're all over the map, so I imagine he's just being a bit of a stalker.
You could almost solo kill this. I guess the heals would come in, but you overgrowth him, you get a Zeus ultimate, you leech seed. He's got friends maybe in the neighborhood too. Could consider. Oh, you need a proper ultimate too. He's just lurking around, knowing a courier might come swooping in as well.
This is where Empire just like, we got to make sure we have smokes. It's the only way we're going to be able to get out and get anything done without being spotted, and every smoke must count.
I think he might have also been hoping to stop some TPs on the bottom push, but look at all that damage.
A Manta for Havost on the gyro.
And he does get the crit.
Get out of overgrowth is probably the main thing there.
Yeah.
Maybe want to dodge the stun from Sven.
Style. I mean, Zeus rather is going to just get rid of those illusions right away. And I suppose you, of course, get the stats.
I'm not sure. Can you Manta dodge Sven stun? Maybe you have to time it exactly
Yeah, you have
perfectly.
to be perfect. It's same with Glimpse. You can also Manta. Like,
Yeah,
you have to be
it's
perfect.
like that point one. I don't think you get it for that play, but yeah, it'd be nice if you could do that.
Well, he might actually want it for the Glimpse just because it is, you know, instead of BKB charges all the time for the Glimpse.
Yeah.
I've seen some players do that who are very confident in their Manta dodge ability. Or maybe he just decided, you told me I can't go Sanjin Yasha, I have to go BKB, screw you going Manta.
The timing on Glimpse is just, you can't be picking up Mantas to counter Glimpse because it's not like a set time that you can count. It's different depending on the distance you're traveling and stuff, so it's like it's super next level to be able to dodge it. It is possible, like there is some skill to it, but super unreliable. If that's, I mean, at this point, that's the kind of play Empire needs to make to maybe get back in this game. But Havost going to do very little damage.
Nice push you got there. Mind if it's just wrecked by one Nature's Prophet?
Gets out. And it also, because the overgrowth at this stage does a lot of damage as well, so he gets out instantly from it.
Yeah, not a lot it feels like Empire can do other than wait for the late game. Now, they were very successful. They've, I mean, they can hold out.
Yeah,
They've got flat cannon.
Ducks here, high gun defense. They're kind of stalling for gem, is the funny thing right now, is they need another gem, and that's what they've got to wait for. So then they can deward the map, and then like they're going to get gem, and they're going to spend the next 2 or 3 minutes dewarding everything, trying to find pickoffs after that. It's going to be a very slow-paced comeback from Empire, if there is one at all. And Spirit are happy just to continue the pace right now because they're heavily out-farming Empire. And kill opportunities will just present themselves over time because of the map vision advantage.
Okay.
Lordance may have died.
I mean, he just got that sheep stick, and I'm sure Lawdance didn't really know, but gotta check those inventories.
He just wanted to steal TP and then get out. If not for Disrupt, it would have been fine, actually.
Oh, but speaking of not being fine, actually, there's a lot of backup. Iceberg coming in to try and help. The Dragon Form is popped. He's smacking away to Resolution.
He already killed a gyro.
Yeah, he just cleaved on him. Yeah.
I think a gyro was there. Oh my god, Empire is...
Oh, smack a creep.
Cleave? No, whatever.
It is. The Empire has fallen.
Yep. He was right-clicking a Sven and then like cleave through and killed the gyro. Yep. DK was like okay for a little while, and then it just got to be too much.
The worst part about that was like cleave with DK's armor. So.
Well, DK has a buyback here, and would have to use it unless they want to lose a set of racks.
He can't stop it. With Darkseer alive, he can possibly fight, but without Darkseer, this looks like game one bagged up for Spirit, but
Yeah.
we'll see what Empire's last hold is going to be when they get the respawns on Daxia.
Didn't get to see any good, vacuum wall combos, unfortunately. I mean, that could be more credit to Team Spirit than, trying to, point out Funnick for anything, but
He had a really rough lane.
It was
as
rough.
As far as the lane he was against and also
Supreme
positioning
Vision,
himself. The
Spirit have the
ward that he kind of misplaced, or someone misplaced. So, a lot of things didn't go his way.
Oh,
Yeah, see, he was
tried
trying.
to.
Yeah, try.
It's hard, though. It's a really hard timing.
It's what, 0.1 seconds of invulnerability
Yeah.
on Manta, so
Literally.
it's like
If you're familiar with
frame
both ends.
perfect.
So, do you think that the Zeus here, I feel like the Zeus wasn't the big problem, but it obviously is something we have been seeing first round banned. Is it just because
Zeus
of the
is
global
just
strats?
It's always a safe pick. Like you ban it, a hero that takes advantage of the map vision advantage that you get, and also creates a map vision advantage.
Yeah,
Oh,
BKB
it's
doesn't
locked
matter
in
too
place.
much.
He BKB'd, got overgrowth, and still went down to the Sven.
It almost looked like from all Mikey BKB, but still got stunned. But I was like, oh yeah, overgrowth. God, there's just no answer. Those eyes are everywhere, and yeah, I mean they're gonna try to isolate this Sven, but this is the mighty DK fleeing right now in dragon form. He's gonna be able to chew his way through. The pumpkins are get over here.
The big thing with the Zeus is it doesn't seem to matter. Like you're drafting Zeus knowing that he's vulnerable and quite likely gonna get ganked 2 or 3 times mid lane, but you're not too worried that it doesn't affect your overall strategy that you've got this just insane high DPS hero going into the mid to late game. That gives you the vision to get good initiations off. I mean, this is very much a vision game. You've got Treants, Zeus Ultimate, the Nature's Prophet Treants, as well as the Treant himself with the eyes of the forest. So, and with all that vision, you find the glimpse pickoffs, you find the Sven blink stun initiations. They just use their vision advantage to find kill after kill after kill, and there was nothing Empire could ever really do about it.
That vision advantage is basing on that. Do you walk away from this game? I don't think you go, we got a first ban tree, but maybe incorporate either your own way of just kind of retaining the vision back on the map, or an easy way to rid of the eyes, whether it's something to clear the trees, or is it something that they're just going to have to consider dealing with for game 2?
Probably consider dealing with, like it's on a first stage ban most likely.
Yeah.
They might first stage ban the Zeus, but I mean the Zeus wasn't the problem. I still think it's first ban worthy just because it's always going to be a problem here. Like they had to itemize and still play around it. Like they felt pressured to going for that all-in push because eventually Zeus is going to get too strong and able to deep-push. But I think Empire had ways to win that game for sure, though. I don't think that game was that one-sided by any means. They just Havas, Funnick and Havas probably had to play some of their weaker games. We've seen them for the most part of the tournament play really well, but Funnick dying way more than was necessary. Havas not getting the BKB, getting caught out a few times when he was trying to farm
Lots of glimpses into stag storms where he'd get isolated pretty quickly.
And credit to Spirit, they were the ones taking advantage of him not having BKB and really trying to pressure him during that time.
This qualifier, it does feel like Havos' win rate on Gyrocopter is very low.
Yeah, he wins with Sven, he loses with Gyro.
Yeah.
That seems to be the trend.
He seems to play Gyro just very similar to how he used to play it, which is very farm heavy. Like the new Gyrocopter is very battle oriented, which you think would suit Havos' playstyle, but I was saying, do you take this call down now and try to go elsewhere and put it to use and prevent someone like Sven from getting out of control? I mean, who knows? It could have led to his own demise, but you can't help but wonder, what if? What if he got a bit more proactive a bit sooner with it?
Yeah, I think the big other key thing with the draft was they took the Sven before Havos could pick it, because going into the second pick stage, it was the third pick Sven, and then it was Empire's pick, and they were I think they were going to third pick Sven if they had the chance. So both teams left Sven, Gyro in the pool, and then Spirit had first grabs at it. So they took Sven, and it was oh, okay, I guess we take Gyro. Consolation prize, I guess.
Well, it's a best of 3 after all, so Empire have another chance to bounce back. And I suppose we'll cut to a break. When we come back, it'll be more Shanghai Major Qualifier coverage here from BTS, and we'll get into game number 2 of Empire going against Team Spirit.